What's up, everyone? I am going to do a quick recap on today. Wasn't a great day, not going to lie. I'm actually pretty happy at the end because I think I've made some improvement in terms of how I'm thinking, which is really good. But trading wise, it went pretty horribly. Uh, I will go through the trades, talk about what happened, and show you the disappointing results. So I wasn't around for the first hour. I was actually out with my family, so I got back a little bit late, and I did realize that I had missed one trade. It was a pretty dull um, trading day for me. It would have been if I was here. There was one short here, and this is a borderline setup, but it's fine. We've got 5 candles worth of consolidation, and this would have been about a 6 or 7 point winning trade. So didn't really miss all that much. The first trade I took, which I think was a definite mistake, we hold this area of support, get above the 50 EMA, and we flag back. And the issue I have here is that we only have 2 candles on this flag, and that for me is not ideal. Because where do I get in? I can't, I should really be getting in probably at 47.50, and that's just a little bit too high up in this setup. So I kind of put an order in. I did get a little bit unlucky that I got filled here at 17.045.75, but shouldn't have been a trade, and I ended up taking around about a 6 point loss on 2 contracts for a 12 point loss in total, which not good. Uh, Costly mistake, cost me 240 bucks. Next trade I took, I think, was a legitimate trade. I got a tiny bit unlucky that I didn't actually profit on this one. We now do have a very clear flag that held the 50 EMA. I got long at 17.048. We got a quick pop that went 5 points in my favor. I was only looking to take 5.5, 6 points on the first piece. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, and we came back and I stopped out for around about a 3.5 point loss. So down 7 points, not the end of the world. But at this point, I realized that my eval account was almost kind of at the point where it's like, next trade's going to do it. It's either going to get blown or it survives. And I got a little bit frustrated, a little bit impatient, and decided that I was just going to take a trade. I was going to load up. I think I took 6 contracts on the long here, with the thought process being, if we do break out of this, then I'll probably bring the account back up to not far off from being funded. Unfortunately, we sold off. I got stopped out, and my eval account is gone. It's the first eval account I've blown in quite a while. But yeah, I hit the max stop. Is what it is. Both of these will reset fairly soon, and they're only about 30 bucks to reset. So we will have 2 new eval accounts soon, which I will trade in some manner. I believe one of those I might have cancelled. So yeah, not great. It's not showing on this chart, obviously, but it is what it is. We then took we then got probably the easiest trade of the day in terms of setups. We put in this very nice double bottom. We got above the 50 EMA, flagged back, very clean flag. We've got 1, 2, 3 candles. I got in on the break back above this candle at 17.052.50. Stop was around about 6 points. It popped up. It gave me a little bit less than 6 points, and I took half off. I probably could have got a little bit more on this. I was very much thinking I would just want to lock in a winner. And it then went sideways for the next 25 minutes, where I wasn't in the room because I was having a shower, getting changed. Came back, and pretty much the moment I came back, we sold off, and it was fine. But it was a good trade. So took a small win there. And then the final trade of the day, wow, what a sell-off, was this trade in here. And I'm pretty happy with this. I could have got better exits, but execution-wise, it was decent. So we put in a really nice triple top here, get below the 50 EMA, flag back to the 50 EMA. Very nice period of consolidation. After that flag, I jumped in. I got short at 17.044.50. I was risking in the ballpark of 8 points, I think it was. So I had about 8 point risk. My first take profit was not great. I'm not going to lie. It came down. Tried to take out 40. Failed. It bounced. Thoughts going back to the P&L, thinking, damn, maybe I should have just taken some off, locked in some profit. And next time it came down as a result, I took off half for 4.5 points. And the rest I was targeting down here in the low 20s. I ended up taking it off when we failed to go through 17.025. I don't mind giving up 4 or 5 points on this. We were coming into the support area. I could have got a little bit more, but when I see three very aggressive candles, I'm expecting a bounce, so I didn't want to um, tempt fate there, and I took it off. And in the end, that meant that my live account ended up $195, which is nice. But the main issues that I've gone through recently, I did try to make a video and I went way too into depth on these. Essentially, I have begun to see a lot of traits of a fixed mindset on myself, whereby I've been looking at my performance recently and going, this isn't good enough, and it's never going to be good enough, which obviously isn't the case. And what it has led me to do is, I think, force a few trades, take trades earlier and earlier on poorer and poorer setups in an attempt to, I don't know, trade my way out of poor performance. That unfortunately never happens. You end up taking more bad trades, and that's certainly something that I've seen over the past, week or so. And eventually today, when just before I took this trade, I kind of accepted that I was going to blow my live funded account. And you might think that's a bit of a crazy thing to say. It's still got, it still had at the time about $1,300 of drawdown or whatever. But I decided that blowing an account doesn't really matter. The thing that really matters is making sure that I'm improving my performance, making sure that I'm just trying to get better, a little bit better every day. And the last couple of weeks, I got away from that thought process and moved more towards the um, fixed-minded approach of trying to quickly make major improvements and getting frustrated when I made a mistake and thinking, what am I doing? I can't do this. I suck, etc., etc. And it's a mindset that is very dangerous to get into because all it's going to do is make you perform worse and worse. And the moment today that I went, you know what? So long as I trade well, I don't mind if I blow this account because the results right now shouldn't matter. What should matter is my edge is definitely performing fine. If I can get myself to a point where I'm performing a bit better, then I know that I've been able to be profitable in this throughout November. I got a few accounts funded. To put it into perspective, this journal here, this is included some eval accounts. I'm up 190 points, which is around about $3,800 of profit. The journal before that, I was up 53 points, which is a little over 1,000. So, and then the journal before that, trading just this strategy, not I traded the strategy before this, I was up 100 and I was up 94 points. So trading this strategy since the, actually I can go back one further. And yeah, so I was up another 74 points on this. So since the essentially the end of October, I've made 74 points and then another 94 points, so that's 170 just under. Then 220 with this journal and then 190 with this. So I kind of have to look at it and go, I've made over 400 points trading this strategy, which is over $8,000 with a ton of mistakes. So I know that I can perform at a high enough level. I know that that the edge is there. And the focus should therefore not really be currently on the profit because the profit will come. And I've kind of moved away from that thought process the last week or so, and I've been a little bit more focused on P&L, a little bit more focused on what could have been, what should have been, rather than understanding what mistakes I'm making. So I have done a little bit of work on mistakes. I think I've found what they are. I am going to make a video at some point on a concept called strategy devolution, which is something I coined a while ago, which essentially talks about how you go from, you essentially change your strategy and at a point where it doesn't really make sense to, but it's that journey along the way. So it's like making very small changes, minute changes day by day, and you go from something that works to something that doesn't work. And I kind of went through that process, caught it a little bit earlier than I have done in the past. But yeah, so that's the day today. Um, I guess I'm happy that I'm ending up $200, just under. It's a day where realistically I probably could have made quite a bit more, which again just shows the strength of my edge. But yeah, not 100% certain if I'll trade tomorrow and Friday, being the last couple of trading days of my year, because I will take the last week off as I go and see um, more family. So if I don't make a video, I hope you have a wonderful holiday period. If I do make a video, I will see you then.